And the headstand, what we're gonna do is how's your headstand?
We'll see.
All right. So the first thing we have to figure out with the headstand is how to set ourselves up. And in order to set ourselves up for success in the handstand push-up, we need to have that headstand down solid. So what we're gonna do is, I'm actually gonna grab a little chalk and we're gonna mark some positions here. So go ahead and put your hands down for me. So we're gonna mark those positions. We're gonna put the heel mark right there. Gotta have that heel mark. And now I'm gonna have you do a push-up. Come on all the way down. And we're gonna mark where her chin or her mouth is. Go ahead and stand up so I don't mark you. So we're gonna mark it somewhere around there. So what you can see if you come out of that position for me, Kimmy, is that we have a nice little triangle. This is gonna be our basic support for that handstand push-up, okay? And that's where our headstand or bottom position of our handstand push-up is gonna be. So this is what we're gonna do. Let's grab a mat maybe, and let's do a headstand on a mat. Do you feel comfortable with that? Or do you rather do it on the floor? Can you do it on the floor?
I'm okay on the floor.
Let's do it on the floor. I think we're fine. So what I'm gonna ask you to do is to follow. Let me show you and then we'll go for it. So we're gonna place our hands on each side of that corner of that triangle. We're gonna place our head on the top part of that triangle. What I'm gonna look for is a good balance where my hands are flat, my head is flat, my neck is as neutral as it can possibly get. I'm gonna place my knee on top of my elbow, and then I'm gonna go for the other knee on top of my opposite elbow. Now, once I get to this position, I'm starting to feel what it's like to be upside down and have support on my hands and on my head. That's the first position I wanna find, and I wanna be able to hold it there for a couple seconds and come out and feel comfortable. So let's go ahead and try that, see how that feels for you. So you're gonna place your hands down, head's gonna go straight down. We're gonna bring the feet in slowly. You're gonna try to put one knee on top of that elbow, the other knee on top of the other elbow. You're gonna try to hold it there for 5 to 10 seconds. While you're there, I want you to try to find that you have control and a little bit of leverage on your hands, and that there's a little bit more weight on the hands than the head right now. Good, just so you're working into a good position. We almost have that position where that forearm is vertical, the shoulder's in a good place, but we have a little flexion going on in the spine. So go ahead and come out. She got that nicely. So now that she has that good balance, do you feel comfortable with that? Good. Now once she has that good base of support and a good balance, what we're gonna try to do is we're gonna try to extend the legs and the hips. We're gonna try to meet the top part of a headstand push-up. So you're gonna be in a fully extended body position. Does that make sense? Just go ahead and do that. Hands are gonna come down. Head comes down. You're gonna bring your knees to your elbows. This is just a way of making this a little bit more comfortable. You can get up in many different ways. And now let's go ahead and try to extend your hips and bring your legs up straight up into the sky and try to hold that headstand. What we're looking for here is that that hollow body is maintained. Are you okay there on the head? Beautiful. And notice how there's a little bit of a lean. So if I let go of her, she's completely balanced, but there's a lean in her body where her toes are approximately over her hands. That's the kind of reference that we're looking for. Come on down for me. Does that make sense? So when we're doing a headstand, we're not completely vertical. We're actually slightly tilted, and we're trying to line our toes up with that forearm. Once we have that position, we understand that that center of mass is over that base support and we're completely balanced. We're going to be able to get into some business, okay? So the headstand felt comfortable. Good. So now I think having that as a reference, we can start building our handstand push-up. So what you have to know from now, from the get-go, is that that headstand is going to be the bottom of your handstand push-up. Okay? So this is how we're going to build up to it. Let's do the following. Let's put your hands on the corners of the triangle again.